Robby Mook, who is the campaign manager for Hillary Clinton, recently appeared on CNN with Jake Tapper to discuss a recent revelation made by WikiLeaks that the King of Morocco offered to donate money to the Clinton Foundation in exchange for Hillary Clinton taking up a meeting with him in Morocco. So that sounds like pay to play to me.
That's what it sounds like, but I have no clue where the King of Morocco would get that idea from. That giving the Clinton Foundation money might give him access and maybe some favors. I don't know where he would.
Where would he get that from, right? Now we don't know what the King of Morocco wanted, but obviously he was trying to use his influence, his money.
The fact that he thought that was an option says a lot.
It does say a lot. So, but here's Robby Mook responding to it.
People don't like the idea of money going to the Clinton Foundation in exchange for access to the then former Secretary of State. I mean, you can understand why that would trouble people.
Absolutely, and it's not true. I'm glad you raised the question because people should understand that never took place. Secretary Clinton always met the highest ethical standards when she was Secretary of State, when she was United States Senator. There were systems put in place to prevent exactly what you're talking about. And again, the Russians illegally stole these emails. They're selectively dumping them out. I can't even verify whether the actual content in them is real. But this is the conversation they want us to have versus how Hillary's going to create jobs.
Yo.
That was some nice footwork.
Ooh, boy, tap dancing.
Yeah. Boy, like what you got there, Mook.
Okay. Tapper asked him about a specific situation, but the general conversation was centered around the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah.
And that's what Mook
and the pay-to-play allegations.
And what did Mook say?
That never happened.
Never happened. Okay, fine. He could have left it there.
Yeah, he could.
Just deny it.
On this specific incident about the King of Morocco.
But then your boy had to say, Hillary Clinton has always operated upon the highest ethical standards. The highest. See,
Hillary Clinton.
Why would you have to go overboard like that? What are you covering up for? Oh, I know what you're covering up for. I know what you're covering up for. Let me see. Yeah. Signing off on weapons deals for countries that use children as soldiers.
That's right.
Is that ethical?
Nope, that's not ethical.
Let's see. Erecting a private server 200 miles away from the State Department at your own residence. Is that ethical? And then throwing Colin Powell under the bus and lying, knowing he didn't do the same thing and claiming that he did. Is that ethical?
No. How about in Haiti? How about when she was Secretary of State? How about when she went over there to deny them the right to have a higher minimum wage? And it was only a small minimum wage too. But she wanted it lower because the corporations wanted it lower. That wasn't ethical. That wasn't ethical at all.
Okay. Let's see. Criticizing Republicans for taking money from Wall Street. Asserting that they might have a conflict of interest while you take money from the same people and you don't have a conflict of interest?
Right.
Is that ethical? What about using the same tax haven as Donald Trump? Is that ethical? Did she call out? Did she say anything? Did she say Jack? She didn't say Jack Squad. I'm not even gonna ask. I'm gonna just say she didn't say Jack Squad about the voting irregularities during the primaries. She didn't say anything about that.
What about voting for the Patriot Act? What about voting for the Patriot Act? Is that ethical? The invasion of the privacy of the citizens of the country? Really? That wasn't ethical. Not at all. What about promoting the Panama Trade Agreement, which led to corruption, money laundering, tax evasion? But like you said, you already detailed that Delaware loophole. So, she engages in tax evasion herself. So why not? Why would she not want that for the most elite people?
I mean, we can keep going. We can keep going.
Oh, just one more. How about her saying that she's a champion for women and for LGBT communities, but she accepts money from places like Saudi Arabia which lynches gay people, stone women to death. They have horrible human rights violations.
One more.
You got another one, man?
What about her position on single payer changing once she started taking money from the insurance industry?
Because through the 90s, she was always for single payer. And then all of a sudden, she switched her position. And now she just wants Obamacare. No more single payer. And that coincided with, like you said, taking millions of dollars from the private health industry. That does not seem to me that she operates on the highest ethical standards. It doesn't seem like that to me.
No, unless the ethical standards that they're like, you know what I'm saying? Unless the measurement is like really low.
Yeah.
Like your boy Mook has set a hurdle for her, like a really low hurdle, like a hurdle that Vern Troyer could jump over.
But she's just tripping over it. She's just tripping over it. She's not even lifting her feet. She's just scooting. I mean, this is look. And then at the end, of course, what does he do? Distract, deflect. He pushes off on the Russians. Look, why are we talking about this when we could be talking about the Russians? See, they don't want us talking about Hillary Clinton's going to create jobs.
So wait a second. He's calling people out for deflection.
Yes.
When that's what he's doing.
Exactly what he's doing on the Russians. We don't even know if this is valid. We don't know if the stuff that is in these WikiLeaks is even true, you know? Let's talk about how she can create jobs.
So ironically, in this interview, he's not even being ethical.
Nope. And Robby Mook, I was surprised how young this guy is. He's only 36 years old. Yeah, he's a young guy to be the campaign manager for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
I gotta say, you're doing a bad job. I mean,
but is he doing a bad job, or is it just that like who he works for is kind of making him look like this?
I mean, like really, like look what he's working with. Yeah, you know, he's working with Hillary Clinton, so you can only make her look so good.
How hard?
There's a limit to how how you can shine her up.
Yeah.
You know?
How hard is it just like to have to clean up after that? You know what I'm saying?
It's got to be difficult. So I was, like I said, I was gonna really rail on him and how bad of a job he's doing, how much of a piss poor job he's doing. But given that he's working with probably the weakest presidential candidate we've ever seen, he might be doing a good job.
He might be doing a good job.
Yeah, good job.
I mean, it's like defending R. Kelly. Like, what you gonna do?
Exactly.